Hello, children. I hope you people have entered into your academics and you have started working on your sums, lessons, and everything. I hope you people enjoy all your classes and study well. Okay, let's go with our next continuation. We have seen exercise 1.1 first question and we have done all the three subparts from that. Now we are going to go to sum number 2. Under sum number 2, we are going to see the first subpart. Okay, let's see what's the second question. The question is, find the inverse if it exists of the following. So the first question was find the adjoint. And you people remember what is the method to find the adjoint? The first step was to find the cofactors. And in cofactors, you people have to remember two different things. There is one we have seen for 2 by 2 matrix and one we have seen for 3 by 3 matrices. So you have to remember the method. That is for 2 by 2, what is the signs to be inserted, and for 3 by 3, what is the sign to be inserted. Now let's come for the second part. That is, after finding cofactors, you have to find the transpose of cofactor. Now transpose of cofactor becomes your adjoint. Now let's see how to find the inverse. Now for inverse, you have to remember a formula. Let's see the formula for inverse. Suppose A is the matrix. So how to find the inverse of matrix A? It becomes A inverse is 1 upon determinant A adjoint A. So let's see what's the formula for A inverse. The formula for A inverse is 1 upon determinant of A adjoint A. Say once again the formula. A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A adjoint A. So now let's go with the first step. Now what we are going to do, we are going to first find determinant of A. Adjoint A, I hope that you people know how to find out adjoint A. So now let's go for determinant of A. So determinant of A is nothing but just cross multiply it and get the answer. So minus 2 into minus 3 is 6. Main sign is minus. 4 ones are 4. So what is your answer? It's 2. So now the determinant is not equal to 0. Since it is not equal to 0, we say that A inverse exists. The question is find the inverse if it exists. That means the determinant should not be equal to 0. You say since determinant of A is 2 is not equal to 0, therefore A inverse exists. So I can go for the next step. What is the next step? You are going to find out adjoint A. So already I have taught you how to find adjoint A and already you people have tried out, yes? So let's see how to find out adjoint A. So for finding adjoint A, the first step is you are going to find out the cofactors. So let's find cofactors of A. So you are going to assume this matrix is A. So cofactors of A is equal to, it's a 2 by 2 matrix. So we have to remember two things. First of all, we'll write the elements and then we'll insert the sign. Sign you people know, yes? Plus, minus, minus, plus. Okay, let's start with the work. So first, we are going to focus on the first element. So eliminate that particular row, that is row and column. Row is sleeping and column is standing. So sleeping and standing. Okay. So what do you get here? Minus 2. So eliminate this particular row and column. So what is left now here? It's minus 3. Next thing, go for 4. So eliminate this row and column. Row and column. So what is left here? 1. So consider for 1. Eliminate that row and eliminate that column. So what is left here? 4. For 3. Eliminate that row. Eliminate that column. So what is left here? Minus 2. One more thing is left. We are not completed with our cofactor. So what is the thing we are going to do now here is we are going to change the sign. Now what is the sign for the first element? It's plus. So no need to change any sign. The minus 3 will remain as minus 3 itself. Now it's minus, so you have to insert your minus sign. Again here it's minus, so insert here minus sign. It's plus, so this will not change. So what is the cofactors of A? It's minus 3, minus 1, minus 4, minus 2. Now you know what is the next step. That is, for finding adjoint A, you have to get the transpose of cofactor. So adjoint A is minus 3, minus 1, minus 4, minus 2 transpose. So what is the answer? Minus 3, minus 1, minus 4, minus 2. It is interchanging rows and columns. So you get minus 3, minus 4, minus 1, minus 2. Now let's complete our answer. Therefore, A inverse is equal to 1 upon 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 1 minus 2. So this is our required answer. So what is the answer? A inverse is equal to 1 by 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 1 minus 2. Is it clear, children? So let's have a small recap. So to find the inverse, if it exists, so what is the first step? You check the determinant. So once you get the determinant not equal to 0, you say that the particular inverse exists. After this step, you have to go for the next step. That is already that we have followed in our sum number 1. So you are going to find the cofactors. After finding cofactor, you are going to take the transpose of it. Once you take the transpose, that becomes the adjoint. And now you are going to just fill your formula. That is, what is that? A inverse is 1 upon determinant of A. What is determinant of A? It's 2. Already we have found, yes. And write the adjoint. That is minus 3, minus 4, minus 1, minus 2. I hope the sum is clear to you. Now what are you going to do is, you people are going to try the second subpart and the third subpart. Yes. So you will try the second subpart and the third subpart. To find out the determinant A, already we have seen, we have done the sum of that type in our class 11. So you solve it. Then you check whether the inverse exists. Find the cofactors. Find the transpose. And you get the answer for A inverse. So from question number 2, subpart 2 and subpart 3 will be your homework. So you people have to complete this. And you have to keep your homeworks ready. I hope you have taken down the sum. Now let's go for the third question. Sum number 3. Take down question number 3. If f of alpha is equal to cos alpha 0 sin alpha 0 1 0 minus sin alpha 0 cos alpha. So you are being given just f alpha, don't get confused with f of alpha. It's just instead of A, they have given a name of the matrix. They have given f of alpha. So no problem, just take f alpha is equal to cos alpha 0 sin alpha 0 1 0 minus sin alpha 0 cos alpha. Now what we are going to show? We have to show f of alpha, the whole inverse, is equal to f of minus alpha. Okay, so we have to show the LHS is equal to RHS. So f of alpha is given to you. And what you are going to find? You have to find out f of alpha, the whole inverse, that is f alpha inverse. And you are going to find f of minus alpha. So now we have to find down these two things. And we have to check whether the LHS and RHS are equal. Now here the question is, show that F alpha inverse is equal to F of minus alpha. That means your LHS and RHS will be equal. So let's go with the step. So first what we are going to do is, we are going to take the RHS part. Let's start with the simple part. So RHS is F of minus alpha. Now this is very simple. What are you going to do is, wherever you have alpha, that is F of alpha, we have already got the value for F of alpha. Now you need the value for F of minus alpha, yes? So what you do, wherever you have alpha, you change it as minus alpha. So what you get over here? So this becomes cos of minus alpha 0, sine of minus alpha 0, 1, 0, minus sine of minus alpha 0, cos of minus alpha. Okay, so what we have done? We have just changed alpha in terms of minus alpha. I hope this is clear to you. Now what we are going to do is, we are just going to recollect the things that we have done in our 11th standard in topic trigonometry. So we have some conversions over there. That is, how to write minus theta in terms of theta. So already we have trigonometric values. We have studied some trigonometric values. So let's write down all the trigonometric values, ratios. Sine of minus theta, cos of minus theta. Please take down these points. This is very important. Just have a note of these points. Tan of minus theta, secant minus theta, cosec minus theta, cot minus theta. So we have studied about the 6 ratios in our 11th standard. Not only in 11th standard, we are studying this from our 9th standard. Yes, children? So just we are going to see how to convert minus theta in terms of theta. So now the easy method is, just remember, for cos and sec, that is for cosec and for secant, the sign changes. That is, for cos minus theta, it becomes cos theta. And for secant minus theta, it becomes secant theta. That's all. So from the 6, only the 2 things changes. Already you people have studied. This is a small recap so that you people will be thorough with your points. So cos of minus theta becomes cos theta, and secant of minus theta becomes sec theta, secant theta. And the remaining thing what happens is, the minus sign will come to the front. So it becomes minus sine theta, minus tan theta, minus cosec theta, and minus cot theta. So this is important. Just note down this point. So we'll read it once again. So what is sine of minus theta? It's minus sine theta. Cos minus theta, cos theta. Tan of minus theta is minus tan theta. Sec minus theta is sec theta. Cosec minus theta is equal to minus cosec theta. Cot minus theta is equal to minus cos theta. That is minus cot theta. So your only thing is the cos and the secant part changes. It turns to positive, and remaining the sign just comes to the front of it. Okay, now let's complete our step. So now this becomes cos of minus alpha. So what is your answer? Cos minus theta becomes cos theta, yes? So cos minus alpha becomes cos alpha. 0 is 0. Sine of minus alpha changes to minus sine alpha. 0, 1, 0. Already one minus is present here. Sine of minus alpha. Sine of minus alpha changes to minus sine alpha, and one minus is present, so it becomes minus of minus sine alpha. Yes, so you get the answer sine alpha plus sine alpha. 0, cos minus alpha is cos alpha as it is. So now we have found our RHS. What is the RHS? It becomes cos alpha 0 minus sine alpha 0, 1, 0, sine alpha 0, cos alpha. So we have found our RHS. Now we are going to go for our LHS. So let's see how to start. Now for RHS, we got, just keep this RHS as it is. Now let's go with the next step. Write on LHS. I'll rub this part. I hope that you have taken down this. So LHS is to find f of alpha inverse. F alpha inverse we have to find. Yes? Okay. So inverse. So you know what are the method for it. Okay. So when you are going to find the inverse, the first thing is you are going to check whether the inverse exists. The second step is first check whether A inverse exists. First step. Second step is find determinant. That is, once you find the determinant, from the determinant A itself, you will come to know whether A inverse exists. Then your step is to find adjoint A. And you know how to find adjoint A. For adjoint A, you have to find the cofactors and you are going to find the transpose of cofactors. Yes. So these are the steps. And after that, what you are going to do, you are just going to insert everything in the formula of A inverse and you get the answer. What's the formula for A inverse? The formula for A inverse is 1 upon determinant A adjoint A. So these are the steps that we are going to follow. So steps to follow. I hope you are cleared with the steps. So let's start our LHS part. Okay, so let's see how to find the determinant for a 3 by 3 matrix. So I'll take, first I'll write here, determinant of F alpha is equal to, what is the first thing? Cos alpha, yes? So take this part. So what do you get? Cos alpha. You remember the sign, yes children? Plus, minus, plus. So first is the plus sign. So I'll just keep it as cos alpha. So now what is the thing you're going to take down? 1, 0, 0, cos alpha. Okay. Now next is minus. Minus 0. So 0, whatever you multiply with 0, you're going to get the answer as 0. So just leave it. No need to write any matrix over there. So just keep it as 0. Now plus. It was plus, minus, plus. So plus sine alpha. What is left? So see, eliminating that particular row and column. So what is left here? 0, 1, minus sine alpha. I'll write down here, down, okay children? Space is not over here, so I'll write over here. So it was sine alpha 0, 1 minus sine alpha 0. Let's try to get the answer for determinant f of alpha. So what do you get here? Cos alpha. 1 into cos alpha is cos alpha minus 0. It's cos alpha again. Minus 0 it goes off. Plus sine alpha zero minus of minus 0 minus sine alpha. So what is it here? 0 plus sine alpha. So 0 plus sine alpha is sine alpha. So what is it here? Let's solve this step. So cos square alpha plus sine square alpha. A square plus A into A we know. Yes, A into A is A square. Yes, similarly cos alpha into cos alpha becomes cos square alpha. Sine alpha into sine alpha becomes sine square alpha. Cos square alpha plus sine square alpha is equal to 1. So what is the answer you get? 1. So you say since, which is not equal to 0. Since determinant of f alpha is equal to 1, which is not equal to 0, you say f alpha inverse exists. So this exists, yes? So we can find out A inverse. So we have just followed, or we have just completed our first step. That is, we have found whether the inverse exists. And also we have found the value for determinant of f alpha. Okay, now what we are going to do? We are going to find out the cofactors. Let's see how to find out the cofactors. That is, we are going to find out adjoint. For finding adjoint, we are going to find out the value for cofactors. So let's find cofactor of F alpha. I'll rub out this part. So let's start with the cofactor. So cofactor of F alpha. Instead of A, we are writing here F alpha because it's F of alpha, yes. So cofactor of F alpha. So shall we do it directly? So how you get here? Okay, come on, try out the sum. If you want to do it directly, you can do it directly, or if you want to show the step, you can show the step. It's your, once you are thorough with the sum, you can do it directly. Otherwise, do step by step, no problem. If you do step by step, there's, we can avoid mistakes. Yes, children? So let's start. So you already know what are the signs to be inserted. Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, minus. It is your minus, yes? So it becomes your plus, minus, plus. That's all. The first row and the third row become the sign is same, yes? Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Let's start. So I'll write here plus. Then I'll put a determinant with the signs minus. Then we have plus over here. Then minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Let's fill all the details carefully. So first cos alpha. Just eliminate that corresponding row and the corresponding column. That is corresponding row, corresponding column. So what is left now? 1, 0, 0 cos alpha. 1, 0, 0 cos alpha. Come on, fill out the remaining things. So what you get here, we have to eliminate this row, yes, second element. So you eliminate that particular row and the column. So what is left now? This row and this column goes up. So what is left? 0, 0 minus sine alpha cos alpha. 0, 0 minus sine alpha cos alpha. Coming to the third element, eliminate the third row, this corresponding row and the corresponding column. So what is left? 0, 1 minus sine alpha 0. 0, 1 minus sine alpha 0. Coming to the second row, say similarly, you are going to proceed, yes? How we have seen this in our question number 1, yes? So we have question number 1, yes? We have used this, yes? So complete it. So now second row. So eliminate that particular row and the column. So what is left now? 0 sine alpha, 0 cos alpha. Next thing, for 1. So eliminate that row and eliminate the column. So what is left? Cos alpha, sine alpha, minus sine alpha, cos alpha. Okay. Next. So go for 0 now. Corresponding row and corresponding column. So cos alpha 0 minus sine alpha 0. Cos alpha 0 minus sine alpha 0. Coming to the third row, corresponding row and column. So what is left now? 0 sine alpha 1, 0. So what do you get? 0 sine alpha 1, 0. Next thing, for 0, yes. So for 0, eliminate the corresponding row and the corresponding this row and the column. So what is left now? Cos alpha sin alpha 0, 0. Cos alpha sin alpha 0, 0. Next thing, go for the last element, that is cos alpha. So eliminate the corresponding row and the corresponding column. So now what is left? Cos alpha 0, 0, 1. Check whether you have entered all the entries properly. Have a recheck before you complete the sum, so that our sum doesn't go wrong. Okay. Now let's complete our sum. So now what is the answer? So what do you get over here? So this becomes 1 into cos alpha is cos alpha minus 0. So you just get cos alpha 0 minus 0, and it's minus. So directly you can just have your 0. So do not write any sign for 0. You do not write any sign for 0. Next, it's 0 into 0 is 0 minus of minus sin alpha into 1. So it's minus sin alpha. So what do you get? 0 minus of minus sin alpha. It becomes sin alpha. So what is our first row? Cos alpha 0 sin alpha. Coming to the next row. 0 minus 0. 0. Cos alpha into cos alpha. Cos square alpha. Minus sin alpha into sin alpha. It's minus sin square alpha. So what you get here? Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. What is the identity? Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is equal to 1. Next, cos alpha into 0, 0. Sin alpha into 0 is 0. Sin. So it's minus. So what do you get here? It's 0. Coming to the third row. What do you get here? 0 into 0 is 0. 1 into sin alpha, sin alpha. So it's minus sin alpha. Yes, children? So 0 minus sin alpha is equal to minus sin alpha. Next thing. Cos alpha into 0 is 0. 0 into sin alpha is 0. So what you get here? 0. Next. Cos alpha into 1 is cos alpha minus 0. Cos alpha minus 0 is cos alpha. Yes. So we have found the cofactor of f alpha. So what is the cofactor? It's cos alpha 0, sin alpha 0, 1, 0, minus sin alpha 0, cos alpha. So the first step, that is for adjoint, the first step is done. That is cofactor has been found. What are the next step we are going to do? We are going to find the transpose of cofactor. So once you find the transpose of cofactor, you get the adjoint. And after getting the adjoint, we are just going to put it in the inverse formula. And we are going to check whether our LHS and RHS are equal. So let's do the next step. So write down here. Adjoint of f alpha is equal to transpose of the cofactor is. So cos alpha 0 sin alpha 0 1 0 minus sin alpha 0 cos alpha, the transpose. So you get the answer interchanging the rows and the columns. So when you interchange the rows and columns, you get cos alpha 0 sin alpha 0 1 0 minus sin alpha 0 cos alpha. So now what we have found? We have found adjoint of f alpha. What is the answer? Cos alpha 0 minus sin alpha 0 1, 0, sin alpha 0, cos alpha. Yes, so we have written this. So cos alpha 0 minus sin alpha 0, 1, 0, sin alpha 0, cos alpha. So we have found the adjoint of f alpha. So now what is our next step? So we are going to find the A inverse. So let's find A inverse. Instead of A inverse, what we are going to do here? F alpha inverse. So tell me the formula. Actually, what is the formula for A inverse? This is 1 upon determinant A adjoint A. So what is the formula for F alpha inverse? It becomes 1 upon determinant of F alpha adjoint of F alpha. Just interchanging A in terms of F alpha. That's all. Let's substitute the values, whatever values we have got here. So F determinant of F alpha, already you have got the value as 1. Yes, we have found cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is equal to 1. That was our first step. So we have got the value for determinant F alpha as 1. So put there 1. So 1 by 1 is nothing but 1. So this term vanishes. You have here only 1. So if you want, I just have one more step. So 1 into adjoint. What is adjoint part? Cos alpha 0 minus sin alpha 0, 1, 0, sin alpha 0, cos alpha. So your answer becomes cos alpha 0 minus sin alpha 0, 1, 0, sin alpha 0, cos alpha. So this is our which part? It's a LHS part. So check whether your LHS and RHS are equal. So what was our RHS? Our RHS was cos alpha 0 minus sin alpha 0, 1, 0, sin alpha 0, cos alpha. So what you can say, since LHS is equal to RHS, therefore F alpha inverse is equal to F of minus alpha. So this is what the proof part. So we have completed the proof part. The sum was lengthy, but it's a very simple sum. You just try the sum step by step and you'll come to know the sum. It's very easy. Try out the sum. Okay, children, I hope you have taken down the third sum. Now, listen carefully, children. Question number 4, then question number 7, question number 8, and question number 9 will be your homework. You have to complete the sums. Once again, I'll repeat. Question number 4, question number 7, question number 8, question number 9. This is your homework. You have to complete the sum. I have just given you 4 sums. The sum is question number 8 and question number 9. You can just refer your solved example. That's 1.5 and 1.6. And question number sum, already you people know how to multiply the two matrix and you have to how to find out the inverse of it. So you can try out the sum. And question number 4 is the sum that you have tried many times in our 10th standard. Yes, do you remember that type of sum? So you're going to do that sum and you have to also find A inverse of it. So now already I have given you some sums from question number 2. That is second subpart and third subpart I have given you as homework. And fourth sum I have, okay. So from question number 2, second subpart and third subpart is your homework. And now you people just note down sum number 4, sum number 7, 8 and 9 is your homework. Talking about sum number 4. Sum number 4 is the same type of question that you have solved in your 10th standard. We have tried that type of sum a lot of time. So it's just a simple matrix multiplication. You try the sum and get the answer. And along with that, you have to find A inverse. You know the formula for A inverse. Apply the formula and get the answer. Sum number 7, the same manner. Multiply the matrix, get the inverse, verify LHS and RHS. For sum number 8 and sum number 9, you have to refer solved example 1.5 and 1.6. It's a formula. You have to just use your formulas and you have to simplify your sum and you have to get the answer. So try out the sum. The more you work, the more good result you get. So try hard. Try to solve the sums. Try, you will get the answer. And try to solve all the solved examples. Just keep in touch with your notes. Do not waste your time. You have to submit your work the particular day itself. So do your work on time.